Alright guys, so this is everything you're going to need to make your own pita. So we have two types of flour, your whole wheat, and we have your all-purpose. We have your sugar, your salt, your oil, your water, and your yeast. That's all the ingredients you're going to need. And then we also got here your bowl, your stone or cast iron, your towel, stuff like that. Alright, so I got a 50-50 blend of whole wheat and all-purpose flour, about 1.5 cups of each. And now I'm going to add my fast-acting yeast. So I'm just going to add the packet, that's about 2¼ teaspoons. So we got that. We're going to add some sugar. That's probably like about a tablespoon of sugar. About a tablespoon of sugar. And then this is pretty about adding about like a 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Just like that, not an insane amount of stuff, you know, just a little bit. And then now we're gonna mix that up with a whisk. And now I'm gonna whisk those together, get that equally incorporated. All right, boom, equally incorporated. So with my dry ingredients added, now I'm just gonna add some warm water. It's about 1 cup of warm water. I'm gonna hold off, I'm gonna do like 3/4 of a cup just to kind of get a gauge of what's going on, to feel the stuff. I'm also gonna add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I guess you could technically use any type of oil, but I use olive oil because that's that Mediterranean vibe. So right now I'm just using my hands to mix it all together. You could use a wooden spoon, but I like to feel the dough and see what's going on with it. So right now, I'm feeling it right now, and see how it's just this shaggy mess right now? It's not all the flour is getting incorporated, so I'm actually gonna add a little bit more of the water now. So it's probably gonna be the full cup now. I just wanted to just feel the dough and see what's going on. So, I keep on adding. It's gonna be a little bit more hydrated because when you make pita, the thing that forms the pocket is the steam rising inside of the dough, and then since it's at such a high temperature, it develops a shell that holds in the steam and it balloons up. So now I have the dough incorporated like this, just like this. I am going to just let it sit, okay? Alright guys, so it's been about like 40 minutes or so, and you can see it's about doubled in size. It's all poofy and nice and fluffy. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little bit of flour on our work surface, and we're gonna start kneading this, okay? So, oh, I didn't mention, I also put a little bit of oil around it when it was rising, and that's just gonna help it just pour right off. Like, look at that, just like a big ball. So, now we're just gonna start kneading this, okay? So I'm gonna need a little bit more flour than this. So I'm gonna be kneading it. I don't wanna add too much flour because we wanna keep the hydration up because the steam is what puffs it, right? So I'm just gonna knead it until it's nice and smooth, okay? Nice and smooth all over. And you can tell the dough is smooth because you can see how it rips. It's just like the opposite of when it's shaggy. So, you're just gonna keep on kneading this. And all I'm going to do is just cut it into balls about this big or so. So we'll actually see how much this makes. So, get my toast cutter, cut it into pieces. And with the pieces, what we're going to do is we're gonna tuck the ends underneath each other so it's creating surface tension. Do you see that? See how it's smooth on top? So just like that, you're gonna make these little balls, okay? All right, so I have all my little balls formed here, and I ended up making about 7. Some of them are a little bit different sizes, but that is okay because the thing about pita is that you cook it individually, okay? So we're doing this one at a time, so we can totally adjust for it. So what I'm doing now is I'm lightly flouring the tops, And what that's gonna do is when I cover it with a towel to let it proof for another 30 more minutes, it is going to not stick to the towel. So now I'm just gonna cover it up, let that sit for 30 minutes. The little balls have proofed for about 30 minutes and now they're nice and like cloudy and fluffy. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to roll them out into the pita shapes. So you can use your hands, kind of like a pizza dough type of thing, or you can use a roller. I kind of do like a combination of both. So I kind of get it set up like this, and then I kind of just roll it out. And you want to go in each different direction. If you roll in only one direction, it's going to be more ovular, and you want it to be more circular. So about like this, okay? It's about a quarter of an inch thick, and the diameter is going to be just about how much dough you have. This one is probably about 6 inches in diameter. And so yeah, so we're going to let those sit, and you're going to keep them covered with a towel. But you're going to do that for each one, and then once we get that, and once you get all these rolled out, what you're going to do is you're going to let them sit for another 5 minutes, okay? And this is just going to let it rest, and it's going to go back to its little fluffy state again because you just smashed it one more time. We have let the little discs proof, and we're ready to throw them into the oven. So you have to do one at a time here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out the stone that we've let heat up with the oven. I'm gonna put it on here. I'm gonna flip onto a pita onto it, and then throw it into the oven for only a couple minutes, okay? It doesn't take long because they're so thin. All right. So watch out, it's gonna be really hot, so you have to be careful. And now we are going to throw a pita on. And now we are going to throw that into the oven just a few minutes. All right, so I just checked. There's maybe 2 minutes and it is puffed. So we're gonna take it out. Right here. And we are just going to flip it and put it back in for a very short time, okay? So here we have a beautifully puffed pita. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Let's rip it up. Oh wow, look at that. Beautiful, a pocket, fluffy. It smells amazing. All right, so this is everything. Look at that awesome mound of bread. I also cut up some fresh veggies, and I made some hummus with some olives and some olive oil on that, so that's gonna be delicious. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.